Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Hootie Who KSU Football Podcast. My name is Griffin Nichols. I'm your host. Another Victorycast. This, I believe, is 6 in a row. Is that right? Amazing. An amazing time to be alive with the Kansas State Owls doing their thing. Let's see, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. Unbelievable. No, interesting game the other night for sure. I wanted to hop on here a few minutes. Happy Halloween to those of you who celebrate. Yeah, different game the other night for sure. So it seemed to me when I was watching the game, I kept sending messages out on Twitter because my videos certainly don't work on Twitter, so I might as well send my messages. Anywho, so see what I did there? I kept sending out that this game kind of had that feel to it. You know, it had that feel of a way you lose a game. It has that feel of an upset. You know, it just had that feel to it. It just didn't feel very comfortable throughout that game. The game really never felt comfortable, and you could kind of see it going the wrong side pretty. You could definitely see that happen. You could see a different result with the way that Kennesaw State was playing. So what I kind of figured it was really just nervousness. I mean, just remember, they're not used to being in this position, right? No matter where they're coming from, transfers or whatnot, they are a team, and this team has heard all this time that, you know, what last season was and all this other stuff. But, you know, the first half of the game, as well as Dexter Williams has been playing, the last two games especially, really struggled this game. You look at injuries. You have Coleman Bennett, who was not 100% in any way, shape, or form. In fact, wasn't really supposed to play, but ended up playing a few times and just really didn't really produce that much because you could definitely tell that he was injured. Belcher, though, definitely stepped up when it was all said and done with, had over 100 yards rushing. I think that UTEP's strategy was to watch Binyard, make sure that he doesn't beat you, which they did a good job of. They limited him to, I think, under 50 yards total. He's definitely the number one player. But with Dexter Williams specifically, there is 4 touchdown passes, sure enough, touchdown passes that he just overthrew. The last one, I believe, if I'm right, it was the one where it was just too far thrown in the end zone and didn't have enough underneath it for the receiver to run. And even if the receiver caught that ball, he would have run out of room at the back of the end zone. So that was the frustrating part about those games, because you see those scores are there. The touchdowns are there repeatedly to be up big like they have in the first half. But this time, it didn't work. In fact, the really, if UTEP doesn't sabotage themselves multiple times in the first half, we're talking about a completely game altogether. We're talking about a loss, not a win. But it is a win, which makes us bowl eligible, which is awesome. I mean, first time in program history, first time allowed to go to a bowl game, and now we're bowl eligible. We are in first place in Conference USA. Just incredible. Great story. I do want to go back, though. First possession for UTEP once they get the ball, because we go 3 and out. That's what we do with the first drive every single game. We go 3 and out the first drive. But we punt the ball, pin them back. They are running the ball. Quarterback read. Quarterback keeps the ball, fumbles the ball. It's picked up, returned for a touchdown. 7-0 KSU. Amazing, right? Kickoff. Stop them on defense again. UTEP on defense again. They punt it. Binyard takes the punt back for a touchdown. So punt return touchdown, I think 65 yards. So 14-0. They come down, they score, make it 14-7. Next time there's an exchange of possessions, we pin, beautiful punt. I mean, this punt that we kick is at the 1-inch yard line. What does UTEP do? They decide to run up the middle. It gets stuffed. That's a safety. Now we're at 16-7. Offense has done nothing so far, and offense continues to do nothing. Again, the end of the second half, or the second quarter, is questionable with time management. We really got to clean that up. The time management at the end of the second quarter has just not been very good at all. Get no points. We start the third quarter. Again, There's a quarterback switch with Odom coming in, who's clearly hurt, not 100%. Definitely not the same ferocity that he would have running the ball, but he does the best he can. UTEP slowly starts to work its way back. They work their way back. They take the lead. 23-22, if I'm not mistaken. They have the lead, and then Kennesaw State then puts up about 10 additional points to pull away at the very, very end of the game as time was expiring. There is a few moments there where it gets shaky at the end where you're punting the ball to UTEP, and they have a chance to go down and win the game, but they were not successful in doing that, thankfully. Sloppy game. Sloppy game. Terrible officiating in this game. Both ways. Kennesaw State definitely was the benefactor of some really questionable calls, if we're being honest. We'll take it. But there were some bad calls on both sides of the ball, both on offense and on defense. So, it's one of those games where it doesn't go the way you want. Sooner or later, the offense is going to run into a defense that can stymie their production. That's not what happened here. What happened here is the offense just wasn't executing at a high level and just put them in a bad spot. The plays were there, they just weren't made. But there will come a time when a defense steps up and shuts down the offense a little bit. What does your defense do? What this defense does is it played their hearts out again for another game. Every single game. They're just there every time. They're hitting, they're flying to the ball, they're making plays, they're scoring points. And the defense carried the offense, without question. The defense is the reason why Kennesaw State won this game and is bowl eligible, honestly. If it was just left up to the offense, they would have lost this game. And so here's the good news. The good news is you walk away in a scary situation with the win. You're still in first place. You are now bowl eligible. I think they were playing underneath a lot of pressure of being the best team in Conference USA, also playing at home, also knowing that if they win this game, they become bowl eligible. They're kids. They're able to feel pressure, and they were definitely tight. They just didn't have that calming state about them. Their leaders were not there to calm them down and get them back in the game because Williams was all over the place and Odom was not himself by any means. Additionally, Dunlop apparently is out for the season now. So here's some news. Don't trust the injury report that Coach Mack puts out because it is not accurate at all. But it doesn't matter. A win's a win. You win by 1 point, it counts as much as a win by 20 points. It just doesn't matter. Get the win, come all bowl eligible, which was the goal that we talked about in February last year, and they've done it. They've done it in 8 games. They are 6-2. They are, right now, the best team in Conference USA. I don't know if anybody watched the Jack State game the other day. That was not a good game. Jack State very much could have lost that game. So it just goes to show you that this team is playing really well for this conference. You're allowed to have bad games. The good news about having a bad game is the coach has now more film to go back over to motivate the team to improve and to get better. Next game's at New Mexico. It's at New Mexico a week from Saturday. So that's great. You also get to watch UTEP's game tomorrow, which is Saturday, to kind of see what they're doing and prepare for them that way. So you get a couple extra days of rest because you played on Tuesday. So it's almost like having 2 weeks to get ready for New Mexico State, just like UTEP had 2 weeks to get ready for Kennesaw State. So, there's no breaking news out there other than this team's playing great, that they are so far ahead of schedule and are just playing terrific. And I was really nervous for a second because, you don't want these things to end. You want them to keep going and to be positive and to just enjoy the ride, as I keep saying. But, yeah, it was shaky the other night. It was, and you can kind of just tell that across the board. It was just not a great spot to be in, but it does not matter. We get the win. We become bowl eligible. We're going to a bowl game. We don't know which one it is yet. We know that in 2 weeks from now, we've got a big game against Jack State. And they have about as much time as we do off before that game. It is at Jack State. It's 2 hours away from Kennesaw, Georgia. So don't be afraid to take the road trip. Those of you who were up with me at Wake Forest, 2 hours is nothing. The Wake Forest trip was much longer. So go over there, support your team, support your first place team. Because Jack State's going to give them their best shot. I think Kennesaw State is playing better than Jack State is, but with these injuries, this is a problem. Losing offensive linemen like we did the other night, that's going to be a problem. So we need Odom to be back healthy. We need the team just to recover this week, to prepare for Jack State after beating New Mexico State. Don't overlook New Mexico State. That's a mistake a lot of teams make. They overlook their next opponent because they're looking the week ahead. They're assuming that they're going to win at New Mexico, and they're looking at Jack State, and that is a mistake. They must focus in on New Mexico State first, then worry about Jack State. Then see where those things go, because you don't want to lose a team that you should be favored against. And Kennesaw State should be favored against New Mexico State. We'll see when the lines come out on Monday. So, listen, real short, I just want to get something out there because I am so excited about this team. I'm so excited with the direction. I'm so excited we're bowl eligible after 8 games. It's incredible. My goal was 6-6. We're 4 games ahead of schedule and counting. So this has all the makings to be a very special season. So again, enjoy it, guys. Enjoy the ride. Hopefully, on a side note, you don't have YouTube TV, because if so, your college football experience will be affected tomorrow. So just putting that out there. Hopefully they can work something out with ABC and ESPN, but as it stands at this moment in time, there is no deal. So anything that is broadcast by ESPN or ABC on YouTube TV will not be broadcast tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. There's other ways to find games. Go to your local establishment. I read somewhere the other day, someone said, I really miss cable. And it's funny because we always complain about how much we pay for cable. So you pay $125 for cable, let's say, and you've got all the channels. But it's $125, which is expensive. And then these streaming services come out, which offer you the same amount of channels, but for like $40. Done. Then, of course, because greedy gets greedy, everything goes up in price. You have to pay this service, this service, this service, this service, this service. Next thing you know, you're well over $125. And you need to be. And that's very frustrating. And it's stupid. And I hate it. I'm just not happy about it. So I'm sorry if that affects you guys. I truly am. It affects a lot of people. YouTube TV is a good product when they're not having negotiations or trying to be greedy with other companies. So, greed is what greed does. Anyways, I don't want to end on a sour note. Our Owls are 6-2. They are bowl eligible. They are in first place in Conference USA, undefeated in Conference USA. So hooty hoo. Please like and subscribe. Check out the Etsy store for all products at KSU. And I will see you guys before next weekend to talk about the preview of New Mexico State. I hope you're doing well. Stay safe out there if you're going out for Halloween. If you got kids out there, you're going out, enjoy that. That time goes by very quickly. So really enjoy it. I am graduated past that. Definitely miss it sometimes. So that's it, guys. Have a great one. We'll talk to you soon.